our first long-form documentary at the world's biggest backyard ultra.
I just didn't. Well, one day.
Than the deepest sea.
That film is called Ascension, and it is now linked in the description below.
I want.
Oh my goodness, cheers, bro.
Our dear friends Alex and Dave, founders of 180 Cadence, put on the biggest backyard ultra in the world. We were hired to film content at the event, and we only had 10 deliverables. We knew that because the best in the world and Australia were running at this event, it was going to go for a very long time. So we saw an opportunity and we capitalized on it.
Something we've noticed at these backyard events is there's so many people running the furthest they've ever run, and that could be 2 laps, that could be 10 laps, that could be 60 laps, and there's just this theme of winning at these events, and so many people win on the day, yet their stories are never told. We needed to find an athlete that could be the vessel for this story.
And I think given our resources, we knew that we could only follow one athlete in detail throughout the entire event. We didn't have more hands on the ground to follow multiple athletes.
We really connected with an athlete named James Blanton. I don't know what it is. It was something about just his way with words, and the fact that he can do what he does and speak the way he does. We really had a connection to him. James Blanton is a backyard ultra athlete. He has a PB of 82 yards, which he achieved at the back end of 2024. Being 6 months removed from that massive effort of 82 yards, we knew that he would be coming into Sydney with a big effort.
So now that we had locked the story and James down, it was time to prepare. And given that this was our first time filming an entire backyard ultra, we were horrified. The week leading up to it, neither of us were getting sleep. I was going to bed so anxious and nervous of the effort that laid ahead of me that I actually couldn't sleep. And I know you were the same.
153 hours and 37 minutes until we're filming for 110 hours straight.
Like, I'm actually pretty scared for that.
I'm horrified.
Dude, 6 days.
I know.
That's gonna take a piece of me in my current state. Like, we're not built for that yet. Like, we haven't done that yet, you know?
I don't think many people do that.
I know, that is true. There were so many unknowns in this. We were gonna be up, at least one of us, the entire time that this event went. The world record holder was at that event, and there was some other guys there who could, give him a run for his money. So who knows, this could have gone for 100+ hours. So we were very nervous that we'd have to be switched on enough to do all this. It's all the procedures were so new to us.
Knowing that we were heading into this feat, we have been consumers of Shine forever, for 5-6 years now. And it was 2 or 3 days before the event, I was like, man, we are going to need a lot of Shine because we're not going to have the time to make coffee. We personally don't drink much Red Bull or those sorts of energy drinks. We like Shine. We love Shine. And regardless whether they gave us product or not, we were going to buy it. But I thought, hey, let's just, shoot our shot, send them a message. And to our surprise, they responded and hooked us up with 12 cases, which was about 150 cans or so of Shine.
You said you have something to show me?
Yeah, I got something to show you, baby. Come with me. Dreams do come true, my friend.
Let's go! Oh my days. I'm charged, bro. I am charged.
We're going to be charged. We will do the brand justice and we will stay charged. We will charge
We will
the
shine.
charged.
We will shine over the weekend.
Oh, we will shine.
Safe to say we got through quite a lot of the event.
Bro, I don't know what I would have done without the Shine. Like, on those overnight shifts that I was working, it got grim. It got very quiet and grim. The Shine's got me through.
They still have us. 28 cans, if anyone's interested. That's how many we had throughout the event.
28.
Between 3 people.
As we started packing, we realized that we were taking 80 to 90% of our setup here at the office. So Josh had the idea of pretty much just like, let's actually just take the shelving from the office.
Home for the next 6 days.
Woo!
The space that we had was actually quite big, so we were able to put as much gear as we wanted in there. And considering the fact that we were going to be so fatigued, we were like, let's just set up as best we can. So we pretty much drag and dropped the office from here to this little sort of shed thing on site at the event.
Most of the deliverables for the event came at a specific time that was unknown. There was a deliverable for the final 10 runners remaining, and you don't know when that's happening, so you just need to be ready for that in that moment. Part of what we did to create a smooth workflow was actually set up all of our timelines for those deliverables prior. We knew the music we were using, the captions we were using, and it was quite literally just a matter of, once these shots were done, drag and drop them in, color them, and export, and that was that. Because it was our first time filming one of these events, we didn't know how we were going to be feeling on day 3, so we had a whiteboard that had our shifts so we could tick it off so that we weren't losing track of the days.
Bro.
That felt good.
It's little things like that that just really helped us optimize and create everything that we did.
3, 2, 1. Hey.
We set up the day before the race because we did have some deliverables that were pre-race interviews with some of the elites that were going to be running the race. It's pretty cool because we'd had conversations with most of these guys before the event. Now we got to meet them in person. To see them setting up and getting everything ready the day before and to feel their energy the day before was quite exciting, especially because we'd never been around these athletes before. This was the first time. We got to see how some of these guys prepare and their mentality and what we could expect over the next few days. You know, you don't know how to approach these guys. Like, are they really locked in? And you can't say certain things to them. Are they sensitive? It was a cool little like flesh out period, and they're all so lovely and so willing to give us their time, which was awesome, and especially that of James. It sort of cultivated this excitement within us, like, okay, we're on here. This is going to be a really good piece. Like, he's going to be the guy who we can tell this story with.
Now that Friday was all wrapped up, we went home to sleep in our own beds for one last time, despite not really getting much sleep because of the fear and anxiety, to get there early Saturday and start filming. We had Isaac, who filmed most of this BTS that you're watching now.
Shout out Isaac.
Shout out Isaac. Thank you for all your hard work. And we were rolling, but we were also quite aware that we needed to connect with James's crew. If we were going to be in their tent in, vulnerable hours on day 3, day 4, we needed to build a true and genuine connection where they felt comfortable enough with us to let us capture and see everything. So we kind of prioritized that early Saturday morning.
If we can connect with these guys, it just is going to enrich the story even more, and there's all these different angles we can come at it with because they're a part of James. They're an extension of James, especially in the sense of a race.
Being really practical people, we thought, okay, what's the footage we're actually getting of James? How many shots are we going to have of just him running, not saying anything? And is that actually going to be useful? What better way to do that than to actually have a little action camera that he could speak into and sort of just mind dump everything, rather than having us run alongside him all the time and ask him questions as he's running, when that's probably not going to give us that much on day 2, 3, and so on.
Forgot about that.
Nah, you're good. All good. It's rolling already.
As time goes on, you really start to see his vulnerabilities unfold, and there is one scene, Kookaburra scene, where had he not have had that camera, that scene doesn't exist. What we had intended to do was set up an action cam inside the tent and also a Zoom audio recorder, just to capture as much audio and dialogue as we could in the tent, because you never know when you're going to need that stuff. Knowing that we weren't going to be able to be in there filming every single lap, every single hour.
There was so much of it that we filmed and so little that we used, but the little that we used was extremely valuable. Like, I argue that it is worth filming all that just to have that unique, different perspective and angle.
100%. The biggest thing for us was to not be intrusive, but we also did want to make sure that we were getting the shot and good audio, and we just didn't want anyone to hit their head.
Now.
Oh, it'll be alright.
Oh, you alright? Oh. Is it on? Is it on?
James has every excuse, but Glenn, you don't have any excuse.
You have no excuse. And what was hilarious was James, the man running, never complained once about it. Just hit his head and moved on. But Glenn, you're having a sissy, mate.
You are in that tent for so long, mate. You should know where that is, and you shouldn't hit your head. But
Anyway,
we're not sorry, basically. We're not sorry.
yeah, James, we're sorry, but Glenn,
Not sorry.
that's on you, mate.
With the event now well and truly underway, multiple laps in, Josh was on the day shift, so he was out there grinding, gimbal, handheld, everything, just amongst all the runners. And I think you started to see the magic of the story we'd be able to tell here.
We had so much time out there, and I think at least I found in the day, I had so much time to experiment with different kinds of shots, different ways of filming that I've never filmed before, to push my boundaries and explore my creativity even more. And that kind of played out in all these various ways, and some shots worked out, some shots didn't. But I think the beautiful thing about filming this from a technical standpoint is you do have a lot of that freedom to just play.
I think by the first day/night, the first 24 hours, we'd really connected with the crew, all three of them, Kitty, Glenn, and Simon. And I think that really showed by the next day rolling round, and it actually being Josh's birthday on that day, and Kitty had gotten him a birthday gift, a little birthday treat that he was not expecting.
Oh my
I hope you
goodness.
like it.
That
Hope you
is
don't
so
have to
sweet.
diet
No.
the
Oh my
climate
goodness.
sweetie.
What the heck? Are you serious? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. That
Thanks
is
for hanging
so
out with
sweet.
us on your birthday.
No, my pleasure. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Oh wow. That feels so good.
To think that we had just met these people 24 hours ago, and here they were blessing me with this beautiful gift really spoke to the connection and almost the family type environment that we were building with James, Kitty, and everyone around.
You start to really root for them. It goes from this, you're really thinking about the technique side and making sure we do our job really well, to now I'm just like so invested in James and the crew, and even the other runners, like Phil was there, Jonathan Ash was there, Ryan Crawford was there. When those two ended up being the top 4, I just wanted them to go as far as they can, especially watching Jashi break his PB, dude.
And you start to pull yourself out of the filmmaker mindset and put yourself into the crew mindset. I would be in the tent thinking, man, we should do this and this. I reckon he needs this. It's just such a magnetic pull, that environment, and there's nothing quite like it.
Oh, that's a favourite spot.
The longer these events go on, walking away once your shift is finished actually becomes harder, because you're a fan. You just want to be out there and see the start of every lap, but you also understand how important it is to rest, to ensure that the next day you can show up and be the best version of yourself to capture everything. And I remember as my sleeps were becoming shorter and shorter every night, I started to go to bed with more and more anxiety, knowing that inevitably James was going to finish, and I was likely going to be woken up by a phone call from you saying, "Get here now, James is done," and that's literally what happened.
It was around, I think, 1 or 2 a.m. That James did finish on the 66th lap. Essentially, they grabbed James, and we filmed him coming in, and it started bucketing down, and we were in the tent. I was capturing as much as I could, thinking about, okay, when's my opportunity to call Josh, wake him up from his deep sleep, to get him out here to come capture this with me. And I think once we'd got James in the chair and he was a bit more settled, I could see him sort of calming down. I was like, okay, this is my chance. James is done. Come over. James is done. Come over. Yep. Bye. It was the croakiest. What? Like just you unraveling from your sleep. So funny. No, in the moment it's not funny,
And it's
but
a command, because you wake up not with this hello, good morning. It's just a command: get here now, James is done.
to your credit, you were there as soon as you could. You were there within like 2 minutes. You had the camera rig, eyes needing to be crowbarred open to wake up. But you were on.
I was on.
You were ready to go.
I remember entering the tent, seeing the scene unfold, and I saw you were focused on James a lot. So I think I remembered moving the action cam and then sort of just pointing it on Glenn and Simon and getting a bit of their audio.
Dialogue was so important in that moment, and I recall you also moving the zoom, which is just, you really played the role there. Like, I was very in it, focused on James, connecting with James, as in him and me.
No, you were there was a moment where you started tearing up, because
did.
I have it on camera. I was filming you, and it was such a beautiful moment for you. And I remember thinking in that moment, I am so far away from feeling any emotions right now. I literally, I couldn't feel this moment if I tried.
We just come do what we do, man.
Yeah, made my day. Well, made my life.
Yeah, it's just want to stop, man. Like this spiral. That's what I find. That's what I found. Stopping was the worst. Swirling around in the bloody bathroom.
The one thing we hadn't really thought about was what this looks like once James had finished. Were we going to keep filming everything the same way we had been, or were we going to now just focus on the few deliverables we had left for the event? I think we both agreed that we'd captured the majority of that end scene, and now James was just going to go to bed, and we thought that we would to get a few hours sleep and come back in the morning to sort of just film bits and pieces. But we were pretty confident that as far as the doc was concerned, we were finished shooting. And I actually remember you saying to me, I filmed the last shot.
I've got the
You
shot.
said, I've got the shot. James walks out, it starts raining, he throws his hands up in the air, and then he's finished, and it's Glenn on one shoulder, Simon on the other, James in the middle walking back. When you look at the story, it's almost the entire story summed up into one visual, one shot. But there is that danger, and you can anchor yourself in the moment to wanting that to be the case. Seeing it in the moment and going, this is the final shot, it has to be in. But I think there is a real danger in that, and we found that out, I guess, later in the edit process, where you can't be married to a shot or an idea. I think you really have to give yourself to the process and align yourself with the mission of telling the best story. And I think we did a really good job of that.
Dude, this was an awesome experience. Like
Forget the doc.
Yeah,
Because we always
doing
say this,
aside.
doing these sorts of projects, like you have the doc and that's a thing, but then there's the actual experience that like when someone views it, once the thing's edited, it can never replicate the experience of the event.
And now that the event was done, it was time to tackle the edit. And we had planned to release this doco as soon as possible. But things changed, and the opportunity to film Up at Dead Cow with Harvey Lewis and Two Times You opened up. So that took priority, and we filmed that, edited that, and it was only later that we got onto Best But You.
We had, what did you say, 59?
59 hours and 15 minutes of footage.
I love the analogy you always use. It's like a big block of, I don't know, marble, and it's just us. There's something underneath it. There's a beautiful statue, a beautiful monument underneath it, and it's our job to chip away at that slowly. So what that looks like is, you know, going through the 59 hours, and that becomes 30, going through that 30 all over again from the start. So it really stacks up.
So after Dead Cow, we knew that there was Sydney's Backyard Ultra in September coming up, and we've really come to realize the importance of timing when it comes to releasing documentaries, when it comes to releasing anything. And we knew that releasing it on a live stream at Sydney's Backyard Ultra in September would be the best possible way to release this film in our current situation.
Considering that the film actually takes place at that event just earlier in time, I think it also was quite fitting.
With that definite release date locked in, we had a lot of work to do, and we had floated the idea that we maybe wanted to get a follow-up interview with James, which, as you can see, ends up being a really big part of the film. But in order to figure out what we were going to ask him from an interview standpoint and what we needed from him, we had to sift through that 10 hours and really get that to a solid 2 to 3 and start to build the story out. We hustled on that, we got that done, and we took a road trip to see James, and he lives 9 hours by car from us.
Do you want to do a cheeky 2-day trip to Queensland and back?
What for?
Right now. Just to film an interview.
Yeah, done. I mean,
I think it really excited us both, the idea of getting to see Kitty and James again, and especially in this more intimate way.
Yeah! Holy shit, here he is!
there's
Jimmy!
the big man.
Yo! Dude, how are you? Oh, so good to see you. Man, thanks so much for having us here. We really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Dude,
What's up?
yo!
Good to see you, man. So good to see you.
Dude, so good to see
So
you.
cool. It's
Can't
so
believe
good
you
to see
ripped it up so quick.
Dude, yeah.
Well,
it was
we
so
actually
easy.
got up really
It's
quick.
actually easy.
Yeah.
They welcomed us to their house, which was so beautiful. It was so nice.
Their doggo Harvey, who actually slept with us.
Yeah, we're his new best friends, little Harvey. Every part of that trip up there, I had so much fun. It was just oozing gratitude. Like, how do we know this guy? How do we connect with someone like James? He's so unique. He's one of the best athletes in the world. And we're just, you know, doing sauna and ice with him on a Tuesday night, and he's just rinsing us. This space we really like. It's nice, it's homely,
Very modern.
very modern.
It truly felt like a moment of connection and hanging out with friends, plus a little bit of work and a little bit of filming.
I think it was cool to see him reflect on that race X amount of months after the time. It was awesome to see him think about it and take lessons from it. But I think another awesome part of that interview was, I don't know how it happened, but he whipped out the didge. He whipped out the didgeridoo.
I haven't played these in a while. There's an element of reconnecting that needs to go on.
I haven't played that in ages.
See you, buddy.
Bye, Harvey.
All right. See you guys.
Ciao.
Ciao. Thanks again.
What do you think of the experience?
Honestly, perfect. Exactly what we wanted, which is tough because I think we're open to it going anyway.
Yeah.
Because it was so, just all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So no, I think it was really good. It was awesome just to spend time with those guys again. I love them so much.
So much, man.
They're the best. It's so easy to hang with them. It really feels like they're just friends of ours now, which is so nice. But he crushed it.
So
He
good.
did so well.
He speaks so well.
I know,
He's
he's-
so switched on, and I think what was like experience part of it was just like, I don't know, getting there, having the conversations, going for the ice bath and sauna,
Reconnecting with him.
having dinner, sunrise this morning, coffee this morning,
And then the interview.
and then the interview. It was a really wholesome experience for us, and then also we got the interview, which is great. So
yeah, the wins all round.
yeah, wins all round.
Can't be more happy.
Yeah, and
That week leading up to Sydney's Backyard Ultra in September was chaotic. 18, 20-hour days, just straight editing, cranking it out.
Plus, we had to do a live stream at this event with our work with 180 Cadence as well. And that's a new thing for us. So there's a whole new realm there. There were so many things to plan, but oddly enough, considering this would be the third backyard we'd really be at and, digging ourselves into, we had like no nerves, hey. It was just, we had the most pressure, I would probably say objectively, and just no nerves.
I think because we've done it enough times now, we're very comfortable with filming for that long and being awake for that long, and it was more so just about getting the doc done and getting it done right.
We don't have jobs on for the next 2 days. We'd just be editing this doc.
One thing that sometimes for us often gets put to the back burner is figuring out a name and a thumbnail/logo poster for our films. It's something that is very important, and it's something that I think for us quite often will be put at the end because we don't really know what the full story is or what it means until it's finished. There's danger in anchoring yourself to something before and just sticking to that. And the way in which we named this film Ascension actually came from the interview we did with James up in his home.
The idea of transcendence to me is there's this point that I think you can really get to. You will overcome or transcend the nutrition, the sleep, the pain, you rise above it. You could hit a plane where you feel like you could go forever. And that's really, at the end of the day, what I'm chasing.
We found it really appropriate to name the film Ascension because it feels like he's on the path to transcendence. He's seeking that, but he's not there yet. So he is ascending. Therefore Ascension.
And I feel like that applies to everyone else who's in the film. Everyone is ascending. Everyone is aiming upwards to a better version of themselves. You're looking to go one more. All the people around you at the event are pushing you to go another yard. They're pushing you to ascend past your former self. That is the theme of this whole thing, and he is just that vessel.
Doing amazing. Thank you, mate.
I think it'd be cool for you to speak on the original thumbnail idea that you had, which was awesome, but it just didn't end up that way.
Work out. Yeah. So I had in my mind when we were driving back from the interview, we had 8-9 hours in the car, and I was just thinking, and I was like, man, it's really about the mind, this race. It's not about the body. And I had this envisionment of a silhouetted head, and where the brain is, there's like an outline to almost like mimic the 6.71 kilometers that it is, but showing that it's around the mind. And that's where my kind of brain was going. I drew up a few mock images and I thought, okay, this is something here. So we did the shoot, started playing around with the thumbnails and made them and exported some versions, and we were looking at it, got some external opinions, and we just realized it wasn't on brand for us. It didn't make a lot of sense, and we'd love to know what you guys think of these original versions and these sort of first drafts of the thumbnail.
It's something for us that I think we're trying to work on. Is we can tell awesome stories, but no one cares if they don't see it. And it's almost our duty and responsibility in showcasing these stories to build a platform that people want to follow along with, being our brand, that can showcase these stories. And how can we get as many eyes as possible? And a part of that is branding, it's marketing, it's advertising, it's making it sexy enough for people to want to stay around and to follow and to invest themselves in.
On YouTube, the first point of contact they will have with this film is the thumbnail and the title. So it's so critically important to make sure that that aligns with our brand and that it's appealing.
And it's something, again, like we mentioned, it's something we're consistently working on and really trying to focus on in the next 12 to 18 months. So if at any point you have any ideas or you have any thoughts on our branding or what we could do better, or, you know, things we could explore or things you think we're missing, please let us know, whether that's a DM, a comment here, or anything. We'd love to hear what you think. Signifies the clock off. Good?
Oh.
So now that the film has been screened, it's been released, we sit here with gratitude and love in our hearts for the experience that filming in April was, the connections we've made with James, Kitty, Glenn, Simon, Ryan, Shannon, everyone involved. We are so eternally grateful for the opportunity and the experience to tell your story, James, and to share that with the world. And we're so grateful to have received so much love for this film and this documentary, something that is, we believe, the greatest piece we've ever made, and hopefully many more to come.
I believe in it so much, so to see that someone else does, it's really motivating. It's super positive. It makes you think, okay, we are creating good things, and we are at a point where we can express stories that should be shouted to the world in a consumable way to anyone. I think that's what's important. We tried to not appeal just to the backyard and the ultra enthusiasts with this one. We really tried to appeal to the general public.
The opinion I hold the highest for this film is James. He is the vessel of this entire film. It's all about him. It's his vulnerabilities. It's his journey and his story. And to have received love from him about this film is what satisfies my heart the most.
We've had a hour plus conversation with him about it, and the things he's bringing up about it that are like really deep, and you really got to listen and feel it to understand it. The fact that he's bringing up some of these things is like, it's nice to hear that he was impacted.
100%. So if you haven't seen Ascension, go check it out now. And thank you for your love and support and following us on this journey.
We will see you in the next one. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip. Hooray, hip hip, hooray. Couple of words.
This is actually the best way I could spend my birthday. Like,
Yes.
genuinely, like, just being here with you guys, knowing what this is, like, what we're building.
Oh, I'm gonna.
So special.
Oh, I'm bugging out.
So special.
Let's go. Blow it up. Make a wish.